Welcome back to part 2 of an interview with owner-broker Youssef Genid out of Realty One Group, New Jersey. This is the Ask 5 portion of our interview.
So grab another cup of coffee and join us on the Wandering But Not Lost podcast.
You've reached the WBNL Wandering But Not Lost podcast, where real estate and reality meet. And now your hosts, Jan O'Brien and Matt Emerson.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wandering But Not Lost WBNL podcast, where real estate and reality meet. This is episode 236. You can find all of our show notes over at WBNLpodcast.com. All right, so let's go ahead and jump back in part 2 with Youssef.
So let's jump to these 5 questions, okay? And you can answer them from the point of view of what you would tell an agent now as coaching them or whatever comes to mind, okay? So the first question, we always ask this first question, and it's because everyone always tells us they get most of their business from their database, the people they know, their sphere of influence, and their past clients. So we always ask everybody we talk to, what's your best idea for that? What do you think is the best idea, if you could give an agent the best idea of what to do to get the most business from their database?
Well, Jan, it's very simple. It's easier than anybody can think of it. You can make money every single day if that's what you want. I'll tell you, the heart and the soul of our business, it's built on, I can put honesty, working hard, be consistent, accountable, to read your people right, but all this is fantastic. All this is beautiful because I'm talking about myself personally. I used to, when I did the classes, I'm not a coach. I cannot put myself on your level.
You are a coach.
No, I'm not. No, trust me. So when I used to just, helping the agent to learn the business, I realized I was making big mistake. Why? I give them all the tools, how to be successful, how to do the right market analysis, the CMA, how to negotiate your commission, how to do all the right paperwork. And then they didn't produce. And it just drove me crazy. I said, I don't understand. And then I was in the class and I have about maybe 20 something of the realtor in the class. And I said, I don't understand, you guys. What's freaking wrong? I talk an hour, 2 hours every day of my time, and I don't see any positive. I don't see no buyers and no sellers. Mm-hmm. And the minute I said that, I stopped. Then everybody thought I had a heart attack or something. They look at me, they said, you are okay? I said, yes. I said, listen, I want to apologize to you. I said, I was very frustrated, but it is my fault. They said, what is your fault? You know what? You are too kind to us. I said, no, because I never told you where you find buyer or sellers. Right? It is just blink. And here's what I would like to share with everybody. Without, of course, our business, without buyer or sellers, you cannot make no money. Where are you going to find buyer and seller? It is as easy as possible. Number one, your telephone. Everybody working with that phone, and you have a contact. When you get the phone from whatever the company is, it does not come with the contact. You enter these people in your database. That's all you have to do. Again, I'm not good with numbers or math, but let's just assume you go through your phone, start with the letter A, B, C, D, whatever you want to do, and you reach out to 5 people every day. Right? It just happened, I think, in this country, 365 days a year. You multiply by 5, right? Matt, you can do the number, but anyway, it's about 1,700, right? Contact you can make. Okay, what is the logic number? They said between 3 to 7%. If you really hit 1%, you will be a multi-billionaire. But we don't do it. You know what the sad? I'm going to tell you the other stuff, by the way. You know what's really very upsetting? I'm sure, Jan, you know that, and Matt, I'm sure you know that. Everybody knows what they need to do, but they choose not to do it.
Absolutely.
When we're sitting in the class and we try to share with our realtors the experience, or we're sharing ideas with them, some of them, they start look at the ceiling, they counting the tiles. I say, are you paying attention here? He said, yeah. I said, yeah, what? I heard that, I know that. I said, well, this is the problem. Yes, you know that, but you don't use it, you don't apply. Which is remind me the story, people they go to church every Saturday or Sunday, and here is the priest, give the same speech every Saturday and every Sunday, the same. So after he finished, and I think Tony Robson said that story, I think, or Brian Buffin, I'm not so sure. So one of these people, after, he went to the priest, said, Father, I've been coming to this church for 15 years. And he's saying the same, I call it speech, the same speech, not even a change. When you going to go change it? He said, when you guys apply it or use it.
That's a good one.
Right? Listen, Jean, you are a great coach.
That's a good one.
The truth is, you don't have a magic formula. Nobody else has it.
That's right.
No.
You don't have knowledge. Nobody knows about it. Your job, you lining up the bulb in their brain and just remind them this is what you need to do.
And
that's
some percentage of people will go do it and most won't. You're 100%
exactly
right with that.
So now, again, to answer, okay, where do you find buyer and the seller? I'm sorry.
You answered it. The best tip ever we've had is get your phone out and just go use that. Right? I mean, keep it simple.
And you know what, Jen? This is the people you know.
I know. That's the point.
Exactly.
You know what? Here is the dialogue. They tell me,
5 a day.
I did not talk to these people for 10 years. What would you like to say? Here is very simple dialogue. Hi, this is Youssef from ABC. Hi, this is Youssef. Of course, they know you because they're going to see your name, your phone number, and the display. Hi, Youssef. How you doing? Good. Listen, you're not going to believe this. You know what? I know we didn't talk for a long time. I just grabbed my phone, and guess what? Your number was in front of me. I felt horrible. We did not talk all this time. Just I want to say hello. Do not try to ask them if they want to buy or they want to sell. Do you know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because we are a human. We are all mentally programmed to ask the same stupid question, which is first, how are you? How you doing? Okay. Mm-hmm. How is everything with you? This is, we all, like when you get birth, they tell you this is the 3 things you have to say, So the minute they say to you, well, hi, how you doing? How's everything? All you have to say, well, it's very great. It's really, I'm very busy. The real estate, the market is great. It's right now, it's very hot, and, I'm working very hard, but I'm very lucky, to be, helpful to the people. Now you told me on the real estate, but do not ask. Does this make sense?
Yeah, I love it.
This is the easier way to do it.
Yep. And you just helped everybody with why the fear of, I don't know what to say, or I'm embarrassed that I haven't talked to them. So
just be yourself.
Skip that little speech right there.
Exactly.
For sure.
So you talked about how you can actually build that database and reach out to your SOI. What about brand new business? When you're talking about, you want to continue to build your book of business, you have any advice for how to go out there and get the new clients?
Okay, you talk about brand new realtor?
No.
Just
could be a realtor, but if you're talking from
there's 2 kinds, like either brand new realtor or somebody just have an office,
right? Yeah.
Which one? The one having office or one or a new realtor?
Either or.
This question is not your database. Like, how do you find more people to put in your database that you don't know yet? What's your idea there? Best idea.
Okay, my best idea really, it's very simple. Okay, something called farming.
Okay.
There you are.
Love it.
This is basically, but I'm going to tell you the best source. Like Jean, you said something very, very important. Yes, as a realtor or even as a human, when we go knock on the door, we're going on a listing appointment, or we're going to meet a buyer for the first time, we always have that fear if we're going to be rejected or if they're going to make us feel welcome. I'm gonna like Tony Robson said, I'm gonna change your brain within 2 seconds. If you listen to me, I'm gonna make a huge change in your brain, and it's gonna impact you to become a very strong realtor. Here's what I want to share with you. Okay. Buyer or seller needs you more than you need them. Without you, they cannot get the right advice. They cannot get the right guidance. And if you are if you're working with a seller, they're always looking for honest, hard worker realtor. You have that. So when you're walking in to meet with your client, don't be arrogant, please. But keep in mind, they need you more than you need them. And I'm going to prove it to you in 2 seconds. I'm going to put two things together today, okay? The most important source to help you to grow your business, to get buyer, to get sellers is open houses. Never fails. Right. Now, let me take what I just told you before. When you are doing the open house, and this lovely potential client coming to your open house, you are very confident and you're very relaxed, and they are nervous. This is exactly what you go through when you go on the listing appointment. Yep. And that's why they walking in, they don't know if you're going to treat them right or wrong. You're going to greet them the right way. In the meantime, they know they need you more than you need them.
That's very good advice.
If you believe this also, when you go on a listing appointment, when working with client, you have to take a deep breath. When you're ring that doorbell, you have to give the people their territory or space.
Yeah.
You don't want to open the door and here's the are in their face. It is not polite. Take 5 steps away. Let them just look at you, breathe, and then you breathe, and then you say, "Hey, I'm here to help you." You are not there to take money from them. You are there to sell their home to get them the top dollar. Right. So open house is very important, like we said, to add more client, and farming also as well. Jan, you do class for that.
Yes.
I mean, you do class. It's beautiful class you do. And I don't want to give all the secret. It is farming. It is open houses.
Good. But you know what? Open houses.
Email. I'm gonna give it away. I'm not gonna put you out of business. Farming here, guys. Farming, open houses, email, use your phone, reach out to 5 people on the phone every day, contact 5 people by texting, send 5 emails every day. And here's the most powerful one, okay? For sale by owner and expired listing. There is no secrets. Jen, I'm so sorry. I put you out of business, did I?
It's all good. That's it. Can we just get them to go? Matt, next question. You take that next one.
Yeah. Hey. So let's switch gears a little bit. So great advice about how you can build your databases, and let's get back to the Youssef story for a second here. I'm really curious to hear how you'll answer this question, Youssef. What holds you back?
Well, me personally, I don't have anything holding me back from anything. But what holding me back, which is probably applied to everybody, if I'm working with people, it doesn't matter if they are a client or employees or even realtors. One of the things frustrated me and Jan and you, Matt, also is when we work very hard with the realtor and we give them everything they need and they don't use it. We feel like, because when they fail, we feel we failed. And this is really aggravating. So what's holding me back is having the right people to work with me. And it doesn't matter what the level is. If I'm working with buyer or seller, if I don't have the right people to work with me as a buyer or a seller, for example, if I'm the responsible, if they disrespect me, They do not respect my time. I don't work with them. Because you don't want, the most important things as a man or as a woman, or feeling good about yourself every day. You don't need anyone to break that soul within you. Because there is any amount of money on the face of the planet can bring that soul, make you feel good about yourself. There is no reason to take any abuse from anyone. You have to be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
So we have two more questions. The next one is, what has inspired you just this question, it could be anything. I think you've answered a lot of it, actually. You've had a lot of inspiration from your parents, that teacher you mentioned, but is there anything to add to what has inspired you the most up to this point in your life? A person or a thing or maybe an experience?
Okay. The thing that's really inspired me the most in my life is the failure. The people, they fail in life, not the succeed, because they are succeed, they already there. The people, they fail, that the one inspired me every single day. Why? Because I learn from their experience why they fail, and I try to avoid the mistake they made. And it doesn't matter what kind of business. They could be actors, singers, business people, real estate, doctors, attorneys. It doesn't matter. Everybody, when they make big, bad mistake or bad judgment, I learn to avoid that. And I learned this from Tony Robson, what I'm going to share with you now. He said, why successful people, they always succeed? And why? The reason they succeed, because they make the right decision. And the right decision comes from bad decision.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I learn. Instead, I make the bad decision. I learn why the other people, they made the bad decision. And then I avoid that in my life.
Cool.
Does this make sense?
Yeah, yes, 100%. I didn't see that one coming. I like it.
Exactly.
Well, I like it. I like it. It's very good. What's the last question?
Yeah. So let's round out the top 5. What's your best advice for agents to thrive, not only this year in 2023, but for the rest of their real estate career and onward?
Okay, let me put it this way. It is something called WORK. I don't know what that means. That's basically what it is. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit clear. It's something called go do the basic. Do the basic. And the basic is not that difficult. And the people, they succeed, or the realtor, they succeed. When they shifted away from the basic, they fail. So what is the basic? It's very simple, okay? Number 1, like Jan always say in her classes, do as much as you can contact with people, making phone call, talk to people, text people, email people, go to the for sale by owner, shake their hand on the open houses, make the contact. Without not making this contact, you're not going to go nowhere. Number 1. Now, what is the source of the business? Like Jan always say, and I learn a lot from her, by the way. You know what? Really, the business is not that. It is. You know what? Everything in life, it's about something called commitment. Either you are committed to succeed, or you choose to fail, and you can blame everybody. But the only thing you can blame, don't even blame yourself. You know who you should blame? When you go look at the mirror, blame the person you see in the mirror. That's the person's fault. It's not your fault.
It's that dude.
But we go back again. Do the basic, and the basic is not that difficult. You do again open houses, make the contact, reach out to people, right? And I will tell you one of the easier things in life or in our business. If you, of course, we know what most important, working with buyer or seller? We know working with sellers, because when you have a listing, that listing, it is somebody's going to sell it. And Jim Weicker, God bless him, he said it a long time ago, and he said that even to me. I said, well, we were on the cruise because they invite me. I didn't know I was a top producer, and the guy came, said hello to me. I said, what? I said, listen. I said, can I ask you, Mr. Weicker? He said, don't call me Mr. Weicker, call me Jim. I said, okay. I said, I thought he said that because I'm taller than him, so he got scared. But I find out that the way he is.
Oh boy.
I said to him, because that time it was very difficult to get a listing. I said, okay, what's the good listing and how can we sell the listing? He said, any listing is good listing. How are we going to sell the listing? You put a goddamn door on the property and say for sale. That's it. So how are you going to get listing? It's simple. Something called expired. Yep. And you know why this is very easy? I'm going to tell you why. If this wasn't, I'm going to say it, but you can edit it if you don't like it. You promise me. Okay? You promise?
Promise.
You know it.
I'll tell you why expired listing is very easy to get. It is like, let's just assume two people, they are involved in a relationship, and it was a horrible relationship. And then they broke up. And then it just happened, one of them or both of them, they met another person, and that person, now when they have the better test of the bad relationship, they always looking for a better relationship. Somebody can appreciate them more. Somebody let them know they are very important to them in their life, or another word, treat them better, if that's the right word. So when they meet that person and that person treat them the right way, take care of them, kind to them, listen to them, buy flowers, candy, all that stuff, that's fantastic. They gonna love that person. So the same thing expired, exactly the same. Why the listing expired? Because the realtor did not provide a good service. Don't tell me, it was overpriced. Yeah, we know it's overpriced, but then the person, the realtor did not work hard enough.
Right.
Explaining to them, you have to drop the price.
Exactly.
Did not market that. He did not marketing the property the right way. When you are calm, you are the saver, and you show them how honest you are and you care about them, they're gonna sign with you, because you know why? They are desperate to put the house on the market and to sell it.
Yes,
they already waste 6 months.
Expires are probably a great thing to end on, because of it is, especially in the market right now. We're switched. People aren't buying as many, and it's an opportunity for somebody skilled to step in and pick up a listing, but they have to have the skill set. And they can get that by going back to the basics and relearning if they never really learned how to do expires, right? Which they can do in a good training.
Hey, Jan O'Brien, it's really interesting. The last couple of interviews we've done, our guests have really pointed out one of the most important parts of real estate is having that relationship with your client. Our last, Youssef and Dave Tina have both talked about dating their clients, right? The importance of the relationship in the process. It's so true. It really that is what it's all about. Making sure that you are taking care of the person that you're working with. It's interesting.
So listen, we are at the end of our time, but we want to say there's so many things in what you just covered with us that we're going to be able to pull out and share. So I want to say thank you for the way that you tell stories to get those points home. Really, I wrote a bunch of notes down. Really is impactful, Youssef. I want you to know that I learned from you today, right? We always learn from everyone a little bit more about your backstory and how you got to where you are today. So thank you for sharing that. And we really look forward to continuing to work with you to help you reach your goals for lots more offices, I'm sure, is what it is in the New Jersey area, right? And maybe being number one. I don't know. What is your goal? Let's end with that.
Yeah.
And that will tell everybody how they can get in contact with you, because we want to make sure if you're in the New Jersey area or you're thinking of moving to that area, we're going to make sure that you know how to reach out to Youssef, and he can tell you all about his company and the benefits of Realty One Group, which is a model that really was not ready. I don't think New Jersey was ready for it, right? And you had to go through the time period of switching from traditional brokerages. RE/MAX has a slight variation, but Realty One Group really is, was a game changer. And it took a minute for people to realize that. But now, because of the success of the company nationally, internationally, the franchise, I mean, you can go there. But what is the goal? Why don't we end on what is your goal?
That is my goal. But before I say that, first of all, I would like to thank you personally, you and Matt as well, because the truth is you guys were part of my growth, the company, and part of my success. Because I was saying early, in order to succeed in life, you need to have, the right pieces together. And you guys were one of these pieces, one of the most important pieces, which is like coaching and training and helping these realtors, from your heart. You wanted them to succeed. You were very important to my company, and you did help me to grow. What's my goal really? I have a very, very high standard goal. It's not just about number of offices, because this comes. But I think my most important goals is to make a change in people's life, to helping the realtor to make more money, and we are a great company because we do our model based on the main concept is 100% commission. Mm-hmm. We don't partner, or we don't have you on a split, when you're working with Realty One Group. The second program, or the second option basically is, which is we have the 70-30, which is that's for the newer realtors, or the realtor, they did less than 3 or 4 transactions a year. And we only put them for only 6 months. If they do 3 transactions, then we put them on 100. And you, Jan and Matt, you're helping me with all this coaching. So we'll go back again. Yes, my goal to make a change in people's life, to improve the people's life, to have the community or people understand we are a professional realtors. And we earn to be respect. Now, regarding the company, I think, I don't even have to brag about the company, but it is a great company. It is international. They accomplish a lot, and I know it's going to grow. And I do believe personally, and this is my goal, okay, within the next probably 3 years or so, I do believe we're going to be the leader in the state of New Jersey.
Got it.
That's awesome.
Done.
I want to thank you so much for having me today.
Okay.
It's a great pleasure actually to see you guys. And I hope I was helpful.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure to see you as well. And there's no doubt that you'll reach that goal, Youssef, because you have that mindset, and you've already put it out there. It's hanging out there in the universe. So it's going to happen. Plus you have built an incredible team. The people that you have surrounded yourself with, that we've been working with for the last few years, are fantastic, and they're always so helpful. And It is really, it's all about the people, right? So we're going to put all of the information how you can get a hold of Youssef, learn more about his company there in New Jersey, as well as more about Realty One Group in our show notes over at where did it go? Over at WBNLpodcast.com. A lot of information about additional information about Youssef you'll find there, and just like I said, about how you can reach out and contact. Just so you know, Youssef, I'm pretty sure who you were talking about when you were talking about the franchisee guy, that the story there. We're going to have him on the podcast in a few weeks, and I'm looking forward to asking him about that story.
That's funny. I forgot I was thinking the same thing.
I think that's going to be an interesting conversation. See what his take on that is. So
just don't get me in trouble. That's all. I have enough. Okay.
Never do that. Anyway, everyone, well, thank you so much for joining us. Youssef, once again, thank you so much for joining us today. And you know what, everyone, get out there, get up, get out, live the life you dreamed, and, be forever wandering but not lost.
Thank you so much again.